Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you my brow routine, and I'm just going to show you some tricks that I do every day. Nothing crazy, but I hope it's helpful to you. So let's get to it. I'm going to use the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I use a few different pencils, but this one has to be one of my favorites. And it is in dark brown. So my brows are not twins whatsoever. Not at all. Not the slight bit. So what I like to do is I get the pencil and sorry, my mirror's up here, so I'm gonna face this way for a while. Let's see if I can. Okay. So what I do is I measure from my nose right here, the edge of my nose to the top of my brow, and I just make a little mark. And then from the side of my nose again to the corner of my brow, I make another mark. That one was a little harder. And from the corner of my nose to the end of my brow, I make another mark. And this is just easy because it's kind of like connect the dots, and you just do this and it'll help you figure out, well, that one was totally off. Totally off. So let's try it again. So I'm going to go from the corner to the top. Okay, and it's just gonna be easier for you to line them and figure out where the front of your brow should be, the corner. Okay, so this is just gonna help you figure out where the front of your brow should be, your arch, and then where the tail of your brow should be. And it's really simple for me to do it this way. If not, because this eyebrow and this eyebrow in the front, it's a struggle, really. The struggle is real. So if I don't do this and I just freehand it, it's terrible. They look crazy. So I'd like to start from, on this brow, I like to start from the bottom. So not all the way from the top, but towards the middle. And I just line it out and fill in those sparse areas where I don't really have any hair. And I just drag it right about here where the rest of my hair is, and I just flick it up a little bit and fill in all of those areas where I don't have hair. And I do this with a very light hand. I don't want them too dark because they won't look natural. So and from there I like to fill in the tail, so we'll go to that line. And then I'm gonna brush them down. And what I'm gonna do is start from like about the same spot and connect the dot to where my arch is supposed to be. Just like this. And you want to do it with just a very light hand because you don't want it to look like you put a marker or something very dark on your eye. Okay, so that part is done. Now the front, I just like to do hair-like strokes, just very lightly again, because you want your eyebrow to do sort of like an ombre effect. If you have very thick brows, it might not do it completely, which is totally fine. I wish my eyebrows were thick and I didn't really have to do much to them. But if you are not one of the lucky ones, you want to do this just so you don't look crazy and it doesn't look like you have gorilla eyebrows. And I like to go a little higher because these hairs in the front right here, they go up and then they kind of just don't do anything. So I want it to line up with the rest of my eyebrow. And then just brush them out a little bit so you don't have any clumps of product or any rough patches. Because you want them to look as natural as possible. Okay, and that's it for that one. So I'm going to do the same thing for my other eyebrow. Go here and make a little mark because this one doesn't go as close as this one. This one I don't really have to mark it too much because it's like right there, but this one's missing a little hair. And I hate it because every time I get my eyebrows waxed, this part, it brushes up by itself and this one doesn't. So I don't know why, but every eyebrow lady that I have went to in Albuquerque has cut my whole eyebrow off and then I have to start over. And if you know me, you know that this is not an easy process to grow brows back because it drives me crazy. And I tell them specifically, I want my brows thick. Please leave this part here. And okay, I'll do that. And then they're like, what did you do? No, I don't like it at all. I don't like it whatsoever. You cut half of my eyebrow. Now I have to start all over and I have to draw them in even more than I did before. So if I don't wear any makeup at all, I look freaking crazy. Oh my gosh, it bugs so bad. And then it takes like 9 months or longer to grow them back. And then, so I'm like, you know what? Forget. I'm not going to get my eyebrows waxed anymore because this always happens. Then I found a girl. Perfect. She waxed them perfect. I can't find her anymore. She got fired. I don't know where she went. The struggle is real. Okay, back to what I was doing. So I marked the first one. So back to my arch. About right there. Right there. Side. Right. There. And you don't have to do this. You can freehand it, but it's just a little trick that I use and it's a lot easier for me. So this one, don't tell me why I do it different, but I just do. This one I like to do the top first. And I start from about the middle. Oh shoot, sorry. I was talking and went too high. Anyway, I start from about the middle. And right here, I have like a bald spot, like a big one. So I have to fill it in. So that's pretty much my marker where I start. Very lightly, I just go up towards the dot where my arch is supposed to be. And I have another bald spot here. So I kind of go fill that part in. But you'll get it on, once you start doing it, you'll see the shape of your own brow and where it's after the dots, you'll see to where your brow's supposed to start and go through. And it'll just start flowing. So if you don't know how to do your brows at all, it's totally simple. You get the hang of it. That's P. She's been screaming. It's one of those screams that like really hurts your ears and you're like, oh my god, please stop. Like, you know, like the scratches on a chalkboard, like that. Sorry, I have these flyaways. They just do whatever they want. They want to be wannabe bangs, but not today flyaways, so they don't go back. Whatever. Just let them do it. Okay, let me tell you a secret. Sorry. So, my friend, she does my hair, and I always do this to her. Instead of calling her before I make these decisions, I don't. And then I call her after I do them. And she just laughs at me. I was like, oh my gosh, girl. So, these little baby hairs, I had a ton of them all over the place. So, I'm just going to chop them off. Well, if you have baby hairs long like this, you know that is the worst thing to do. I chopped them off. Then I had random bald spots like these all over the place. And again, it took months for them to grow back. Now, they're longer than ever. So, that's just how I look all the time. Then I just flick it out to the dot where the tail is. Now I brush these up. Blend this little guy out. Whatever that was. And then start from like the middle again. And I like to fill in those spaces. And here in the front, this brow, it doesn't have these little hairs. So I like to make my own. So I just flick them up like 1, 2. You don't have to do a certain amount. I just like to fill in the bottom. I don't like to do such a straight line because I don't like them to be too boxy. Which if it gets that way, you can always fix it. And that's just what I do every day. I mean, not every day. I mean, if I wear makeup. Or if I'm trying to go somewhere and not look too crazy. Like I just woke up, I'll put brows on. Like I did today. But that's about it. For the most part, they're struggling. Yeah, they're struggling, but they're decent. Then I like to put the eyebrow from Benefit. You don't have to use this, you can use concealer, but this is just what I had. And I just put a little bit just to clean them up. And then I put a little bit up here. Rope. And you look like a comic book character, but I don't care. You blend it out. I don't know why my camera keeps doing that. Sorry if it gets darker. Oh, this is just an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, but you can use a concealer brush, whichever kind of brush works for you. I like this one because the bristles are stiffer, so it's easier to work the product. You don't want to go too close to your brows because you don't want to wipe off what you just did. So you want to go pretty close, but not too close. And you just blend it out. Okay, and that's all I do. You can put a brow gel over, but I only like to do that when I'm wearing a lot of makeup, just because my brows don't go too crazy. And that's just the finished look. So if this was helpful for you, please like and subscribe if you already haven't, and we'll do some more fun videos. Till next time, see you later.